All right, fifth grade, this is your first lesson on the thousandths. Now this is a review, but we're gonna be talking about the decimal place values. So over here we have our ones place, and right next to the ones place is our decimal point, okay? To the right of our decimal point, we have the the tenths, the hundredths, and the thousandths, okay? And it keeps going down. So the tenths are bigger than the hundredths are bigger than the thousandths. And to show that, one row on this grid is a tenth. One row is a tenth. One square is a hundredth. And then if I were to break the hundredth square up into 10 pieces, one little piece of that is a thousandth. Do you see how tiny it is compared to that? Because this is this square all blown up, okay? So a thousandth is really tiny. Even though it has the big number of a thousandth here, that TH makes it the smallest thing there, okay? Now, we always read our decimals by the place value that it ends in, okay? So 0.003 is read as 3 thousandths, and I would write it like 3 thousandths. 0.068 is read 68 thousandths, or 68 thousandths right here. And then 0.354 would be 354 thousandths because it ends in the thousandths place. Okay? Now, if I give you, or if you were given a decimal, like 5/1000, this tells you the place value that the top is in. So if it has a thousandth on the bottom, it is in the thousandths place. And since it's just a 5, I write this number as 5 thousandths because the 5 is in the thousandths place. Okay? And if I had 100 on the bottom, well then it would be in the hundredths place. If I had a 10 on the bottom, it would be in the tenths place. Okay? This section right here has you guys putting the value of the underlined digit, okay? The value of the underlined digit. Not only what place value it's in, but what it's worth. So for number 7, I have 0.362 or 362 thousandths, and the 3 is underlined. Well, the 3 is in what place value? It's right after the decimal makes it in the tenths place. So this is worth 3 tenths, or that, or 3/10. I'll accept both, okay? Number 9, I have 0.503, and that 3 is underlined. Well, that 3 is in the thousandths place, so it's going to be written as 3 thousandths, or 3/1000, okay? Now, for the next section, they ask you to take the word form and put it into standard form, which of course we know now is numbers. So if I take 7 thousandths for number 17, 7 thousandths, I know that this number is going to be in this place value. So it's going to be in the thousandths place. So that is how you write 7 thousandths. Let's do number 21, which is 103 thousandths, which means that this number needs to end in the thousandths place. So I know that that's my tenths, hundredths, thousandths place, and this number needs to end there. So 3 is going to be there, a 0 there, and a 1 there, and that's 103 ending in the thousandths place. In this section right here, you guys are going to write it in words. Okay, so remember that you always name it where it ends. So let's look at 23. We have 0.461, and it ends in the thousandths place. And then what is this number? 461. So you are going to write 461 thousandths because it ends in the thousandths place. Okay? And here's a big hint. They all end in the thousandths place. So you should have a thousandth after every single one of these. Okay? This section right here asks you to write an equivalent decimal. Now what they mean by this is they want a decimal that is equal to, okay? And the only way that you can make a decimal equal to what is written is by adding zeros. Now we've talked about this before, that no matter how many zeros you have after this decimal, it will always equal the same thing. So I could put 10 zeros after this and it will still equal this number. So I'm just gonna write 0.900. You can write 1 0, you can write 5 zeros, it doesn't matter as long as you're only adding zeros. If I add a 2 or a 4, it's not equal anymore. It just has to add zeros, okay? Let's say for number 41, how it has 0.300. Well, do you see how I already have zeros here? I could either add more or I could take them away. So this is the same as this, or this, or this. Okay? Doesn't matter how many zeros I have after that number, it equals the same thing. Okay. So this section right here, you're just writing the number or circling the letter that is correct. So 303 thousandths, what would that look like? Now remember that we have that THS, thousandths. So I know it's going to be a decimal. It's not going to be A. All right? 303 thousandths means it needs to end in the thousandths place, which is 3 numbers after that decimal place, and B is the only one that has 3 numbers after that decimal place. So your answer is B. Okay? All right, good luck on your homework.